Up next, we have Damon Martin with MMA Fighting.
Hey, Glover, congratulations on the win. Obviously, Anthony came out with a very fast start, and then you kind of, weathered the storm and came back. Did you kind of expect that at the start of the fight?
Yeah, I knew Anthony was gonna come to finish the fight. Anthony is a tough son of a gun, man, and he got some power, he got some knockout, and I knew he was gonna come and throw. I like this type of fighter. I like the fight for me, and I was expecting that. I knew I have to adjust the situation. My coach was telling me to let go my hand, let go your hands, let go your hands. But like I wasn't finding the distance, so I was like, I have to adjust the distance. And late in the second round, I start hitting more and figured out that he's stopping more in front of me. So that's when I start getting my fight in my way.
You knocked him down in the third. You had him down again bad in the fourth. Were you surprised that he was able to continue at that point, or that the referee didn't stop it? Because there were a couple of moments where it looked like, it could have been stopped.
Looking now, everybody's saying Anthony was moving every time the referee say, but he's a lion heart, man. And but the referee should maybe stop the fight. Thinking about it now, I mean, even though he was moving, but he wasn't doing anything to, he's just getting beat up. And I hate to see a guy like that. He broke his tooth one time over there. He's giving the tooth to the referee. So, I just hate to hurt a guy like that, man. Anybody, and I hope he's okay.
Yeah. You've obviously been in wars yourself, and you want to have every opportunity to come back and allow the referee to give you a chance to come back. But is there a moment in that, as you go in that fifth round and you ended it pretty early, but you got to think to yourself like, man, I almost feel bad putting the punishment on this guy because obviously he was wearing it, you knew how bad he was hurt.
Yeah, I mean, man, not feel bad. I mean, it was a time of day when he called the referee and say to the referee, I don't know if you do, but he called the referee and said, "Here, ref, I didn't understand what he was saying, but the ref come and he said, my tooth, hold my tooth or something like that, because maybe you don't want the tooth in the floor or something. I don't know. But like then I say to him, I say, sorry, Anthony, but it's part of the job, And he say, hey, man, it is part of the job. So. I like Anthony, man. I don't want to see the guys. I hope he'll be okay. He went to the hospital, but I hope he'll be okay, and he will be okay.
Yeah. Last question for me, Glover. Obviously, 4 big wins in a row. I know Dana mentioned, and maybe you heard, maybe you didn't. He mentioned the possibility of a fight against a guy like Dominic Reyes, Jan Blachowicz, the other guy out there, whoever doesn't end up fighting Jon Jones next. Can I imagine that you would be interested in either one of those fights?
Yeah. Hey. Anyone, man. I mentioned Jan Blachowicz, because the style, I like it. He come forward, he punch, is my type of fight. But whoever, man, top division, I love it.
Thank you, Glover. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Jay Anderson with Cage Side Press. Your line is unmuted.
Thanks very much, and congratulations, Glover, and thanks very much for taking the time to do this tonight. First, just want to ask, I mean, it seemed like a couple of times you were close to the finish and you started hunting for the submission. Were you specifically looking to submit him because of the comment he made about maybe submitting you leading into the fight?
No, not really. I just I saw submission over there a couple times, and I wanted to go for it. I wanted to get that submission. And I wanted to just take the guy out of there, man. Finish the fight. I hurt my hand. I don't know if you guys can see. It's like pretty bad in the third round, and yeah, I just wanna maybe because I couldn't punch so hard with my right hand anymore, so I was looking for submission.
And there is obviously a lot of talk about the stoppage or the lack of a stoppage, how much heart he had. There's also been a lot of criticism of his corner. Realistically, do you think they should have thrown in the towel?
Man, it's tough because you guys like Anthony's people like maybe the referee should stop it too. You know, we're looking now. You know, at that time the ref will say, "Move, fight, move." Well, I'm gonna stop, and every time he say he moves. You know, he tried to move, but it's a situation that, like, man, you know, the guys start getting beat up and not really doing anything to attack, you know, and yeah, I think the referee should just maybe could stop the fight in the fourth round over there because he wasn't doing much anymore, you know.
The conversation that you had with him tonight, I mean, we were able to hear it on the broadcast. Is that something that's, you know, you've ever had a talk with someone like that before during a fight?
I don't know. I think maybe a couple times, but like with Anthony, you know, I like the guy. We have a good relationship, you know. Every time we see each other, we talk. We have a beer together, you know. And it was a point over there that he give the two to the referee and say, "Hey, man, sorry, man, part of the job." And one time he was talking about his jiu-jitsu, you know, I was trying to finish him. He's like, "My jiu-jitsu's not so bad, man." Something like that, you know, and just talk and have fun, you know. And was something about the jab too, because his coach will say, "Yeah, you hit him 100% of the jab, man." And I say, "No, not 100%, man. Maybe 50, you know."
All right, and last one for me. I mean, you said ahead of the fight, you tend to watch Tyson videos, Tyson highlights to get yourself pumped up before your own fights. Did you watch any specific fight ahead of this one?
Every time I watch a Holyfield and Tyson, man. Just because the spirit of Holyfield, you know, the build up of the fight and the spirit of Holyfield. And I did watch the highlights at the way in the bus. When I was in the bus coming to the arena, I watched the Tyson highlights. Go the final countdown. You will put Mike Tyson highlights, final countdown, that music, you know.
Is it the first Holyfield fight or the second one?
The first one. I watched the first one because I just like the spirit, you know, of Holyfield, and I always say like, move your head like Tyson, hit like Tyson, and the spirit of Holyfield.
All right, man, great stuff. Congratulations again on a fantastic performance tonight.
Thank you.
Up next, we have James Lynch.
Hey, Glover, congratulations on the win. Three quick ones for me. First off, 40 years old and still getting big wins like this. What's the key to longevity in your career? Because not a lot of guys your age are putting on performances like you are.
Discipline, man. You know, my gym t-shirt have the pain of discipline is better than the pain of the regret, you know. And discipline, learning, open mind, you know, help from a PI, help from a trifecta. Thank everybody, my coaches, listening, and keep a discipline, man. Right now, I'm going home, take a week off, get this thing done, you know, and get back to training.
And when you say discipline, is that, you know, your diet? Is that, you know, maybe not doing as much sparring to sort of, you know, keep your career going a bit longer? Are those things that you've sort of looked at?
No, I spar a lot. I spar a lot, to be honest. In camp, I spar a lot, you know. But like, I do a lot of sparring, man. It's my main thing. I was doing too much conditioning back then, you know, and sparring. That's what the problem. But now we do a lot of 5 round sparring. You know, that's why we're able to keep fighting like then in the later rounds. But discipline right now. When I go back, I just keep myself in a great condition. I put myself in a conditioning and hit some pads, drilling. Yeah, no sparring until the camp coming. You know, soon they call the fight. You know, 8 weeks before we get back to sparring.
I know you said earlier you'll fight anyone they give you next. Where is Corey Anderson on that list? Just because that was your last loss. I know he's coming off a loss himself, but is that a fight you'd like to get back?
Yeah, man. I don't take anybody. You know, I fight anybody, man. But yeah, Corey Anderson is like he's back in the list. You know, I kind of wanna fight the top three guys right there. You know, I say Jan Blachowicz is like Jan Blachowicz, right? I say right the name. It's
Yeah.
difficult, but that'd be a good fight, man. You know, I like the style, but I fight. You know, I'm not here to choose a fight, man. Especially this time right now. I just want to take a week off, 2 weeks off, and relax for a little bit. But anybody.
And last question for me, you're very close to getting another shot at the title, and Jon Jones, his last 2 fights have been very close, a split decision. And the last fight, some people felt like Dominic Reyes won that. Do you see some weaknesses in Jones's game now with the fact he's been pushed twice now to the brink?
Yeah, I mean, different. Jon Jones is he's a great fighter, man. And but he's different. He's a different fighter than when we fought. I'm a different fighter, and I just want to take another shot at that title, man, for sure. That'll be a dream. That's my dream, and no doubt that I want to fight him again.
Congratulations, and thank you for the time.
Thank you.
We'll take our last question from Victor Hugo with Super Lutas.
Glover, boa noite. Obrigado aí por estar falando com a gente. Parabéns pelo show hoje, o verdadeiro show que você deu. Primeiramente, queria saber, você já disse que não escolhe adversário, enfrentaria qualquer um. Eu queria saber como é que você está se sentindo agora, quando você estaria pronto para lutar, que ano passado você lutou 3 vezes. Seria mais um objetivo esse ano, 3 lutas?
Um pouco difícil, assim, com essa pandemia e tudo, né? Vamos ver como que vai ser tudo, mas, assim, eu vou checar minha mão agora, que tá bem inchada aqui, eu não sei o que aconteceu, tomara que não seja nada grave. E, claro, quem sabe, 3 lutas, né? 2, 3 lutas aí. Não tô aqui para marcar, mas talvez 2, né?
Bacana.
Tirar uma folga agora e cair para dentro dos treinos.
E se você não escolhe adversário, mas se você pudesse, seu adversário pelo cinturão, se fosse o Jon Jones, teria um sabor especial por uma revanche ali, algo desse tipo?
Pô, claro, ainda mais pro cinturão, né? Aí, claro, com certeza.
Só para finalizar, não sei se você, provavelmente você acompanha, você é um grande fã do Mike Tyson, ele também já demonstrou ter um carinho por você. Você tem acompanhado esses vídeos dele no treinamento com o Rafael Cordeiro? E qual que foi a sua reação ao ver aquilo? E se você aceitaria algum dia fazer um sparring com ele?
Pô, seria um prazer fazer um sparring com ele, cara. Com certeza. Seria um prazer fazer um sparring com o Mike Tyson. Seria um sonho, né? Já pensou? Acontecer. Se for falar com o Rafael Cordeiro, quem sabe a gente vai lá e faz um sparringzinho com ele lá, né?
Então é isso aí. Muito obrigado, Glover. That was my last one, guys. Thank you.
Obrigado.
Okay, thank you very much, Glover. You're good to go.
All right, thank you, man.